What happens when explosive talent clashes with raw determination? The answer might just surprise you, as Chennedy Carter and Caitlin Clark's paths crossed in a dramatic on-court rivalry that left fans buzzing. In this episode of Sport Pulse, we dive into a showdown that reshaped the narrative for two of the WNBA's brightest stars. Let's explore how Carter's return to the WNBA turned into a heated rivalry with Clark that no one saw coming. Chennedy Carter has always been impossible to ignore. Bursting onto the scene with her explosive plays and undeniable talent, she quickly rose from standout performances at Texas A&M to becoming a top WNBA draft pick. Carter's ascent was nothing short of cinematic. Before she turned 23, she made history, becoming the youngest player to ever score over 30 points in a WNBA game. But as bright as her star has shined on the court, her career has been equally marked by turbulence off of it. Despite her incredible talent, controversies followed Carter throughout her journey. From being suspended for disruptive behavior to clashes with teammates, her path has been anything but smooth. After high-profile exits from two WNBA teams, Carter took her talents overseas. Once again, her skill captured attention abroad, and she seemed poised for a fresh start when she returned to the league with the Chicago Sky in the 2024 season. However, history has a way of repeating itself, and on the court, old habits die hard. This time, it wasn't just her temper causing waves. It was her direct clash with WNBA rookie sensation, Caitlin Clark. In a game that would become a defining moment for both players, Carter and Clark collided in a way that neither would forget. Clark had already been making waves in her debut WNBA season. Known for her poise, skill, and competitive fire, she had quickly become a player to watch. But on this night, facing Carter in the Sky, Clark found herself in the heat of a moment that would test her like never before. Late in the third quarter, after Carter sank a mid-range jumper that sent the crowd into a frenzy, the atmosphere in the arena shifted dramatically. In an unexpected turn, Carter and Clark collided, and this was no mere bump. It was a full-on confrontation, with Carter's temper boiling over. In the heat of the moment, she not only shoved Clark but also hurled an insult her way. Clark, thrown off balance by the collision, fell to the court with the force of a hockey check rather than a basketball foul. The crowd was stunned. The referees, however, opted for restraint in their judgment, calling a non-flagrant foul on Carter. Clark, ever composed, got up and focused on the game. With the weight of the moment on her shoulders, she stepped to the free throw line and sank the crucial shot, helping secure a narrow 71-70 victory for the Indiana Fever. But Clark didn't forget the incident. She would get her revenge, not through words, but where it mattered most, on the basketball court. The stage was set for a rematch, and the anticipation in the air was electric. Clark, now with a chip on her shoulder, was ready to face Carter again. From the very start, she made her presence felt. Displaying her usual poise, Clark navigated the floor with ease, dominating the game with her signature blend of sharp shooting and playmaking. She quickly racked up points, slicing through the Sky's defense as if they weren't even there. But it wasn't just her scoring that made a difference. Clark's leadership was evident as she elevated the play of her teammates, setting up Aaliyah Boston with perfect passes and helping the Fever control the pace of the game. Every possession became a chance for Clark to showcase her growing dominance, and the Chicago Sky could do little to stop her. As the game progressed, Clark continued to outshine Carter, who struggled to keep up with the rising star. One play, in particular, stood out when Angel Reese, trying to stop Clark's relentless drives to the basket, struck her across the face with a hard foul. Clark, undeterred, remained focused and continued to lead her team, never letting the physicality of the game break her spirit. By the end of the third quarter, Clark had fully taken over the game, skillfully managing the Fever's offense and threading perfect passes to her teammates. Her influence was felt on both ends of the court, with her defensive effort showing marked improvement as she blocked shots and forced turnovers. Clark's confidence and resilience were on full display as she orchestrated play after play to help her team pull ahead. In the game's final moments, the Fever found themselves clinging to a slim lead. But as the Chicago Sky mounted a comeback, Clark's leadership became more important than ever. With the score tied at 84-84 and just minutes remaining, the pressure was on. The Sky's Angel Reese managed to score a crucial layup, putting them up by 2 points with only seconds left on the clock. However, despite Clark's heroics throughout the game, the Fever fell short in the end, losing by a narrow margin of 88-87. Still, Clark's performance was nothing short of extraordinary. She finished with 17 points, 13 assists, and 8 rebounds, nearly securing a triple-double. Her all-around impact on the game was undeniable, as she led her team in both scoring and playmaking. Even in defeat, Clark had cemented herself as one of the league's brightest young stars. As the rivalry between Carter and Clark continues to heat up, fans can't help but wonder what's next. Will Carter find redemption and regain her place among the league's elite? Or will Clark continue to dominate, using her skill and composure to lead the Fever to victory? One thing's for sure, the WNBA is more exciting than ever, and with players like Clark and Carter at the forefront, the future of women's basketball is bright. So, what do you think? Is this rivalry just beginning? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe to Sport Pulse for more thrilling sports stories and game breakdowns. Stay tuned as we continue to follow the brightest stars in the WNBA and beyond.